Hello, my name is Fabio Torres. I am the executive director here at Lingo Access Academy. Thank you so much for stopping by and to learn a little bit about the forensic interpreter training. I want to spend just a little bit of time and sharing a little bit of information, how this training works and the agenda and why this training is so important for any bilingual person who is functioning as an interpreter. So day one of the training, we're going to start the training and welcome everyone, and then we're going to jump in right into goals of interpretation, and we're going to talk about how important it is to understand methodology of interpretation, when and how to use my interpreting skills to be able to provide interpretation to those coming to the center. Also, we're going to emphasize and talk about the importance of accuracy in interpretation, neutrality, and so on during and basically what is my role when I'm put in to function as an interpreter. Also, in the morning, we're going to talk about modes of interpreting, the importance of understanding the different speeds in interpreting, if it is simultaneous versus consecutive, sight translation, and give you an opportunity to practice modes of interpreting and also apply terminology that you use every day at the center and how that is so crucial for you to really understand how that plays into the work of the interpreting, and also apply techniques that will assist you and help you during that interpreting session. During the afternoon, day one, we will then discuss what are the goals, what are the code of ethics that are applicable to me as a dual role staff functioning as an interpreter. We're going to talk about what are the code of conduct that an interpreter needs to apply when working as an interpreter. We're going to provide an introduction of the code of ethics and also key principles that comes in, that confidentiality, accuracy, impartiality, and also give you a lot of different scenarios for you to analyze those scenarios and see how important applying the code of ethics will actually save that interpreting encounter versus an interpreter who may not understand what is the code of conduct for those functioning as an interpreter and why ethics are so important during that interpreting encounter. Day two, we're going to jump in and discuss the role of the interpreter. What is my role as an interpreter functioning as a staff that now I have my everyday job and then I'm pulled in now to function as an interpreter. We're going to understand the different roles an interpreter can play, such as conduit, clarifier, cultural broker, and how to navigate these roles while maintaining strictest neutrality during that interpreting session. And then we'll jump in and talk about how do we facilitate that interpreting encounter with that knowledge of the code of conduct that we discussed. How do I facilitate the interpreter encounter during those interpreting sessions? And also, what are some common challenges that I face when I'm functioning as an interpreter? And how do I go about in solving those issues? Day two, in the afternoon, we will then discuss culture and communication, which is an incredible important chapter to talk about, especially when you're using language and culture, when you're interpreting for another person that is coming from another country. It doesn't matter the language that you interpret. The truth of the matter is that when you are functioning with someone from another country, another culture, and you are interpreting for them, it is so crucial that you are aware of the differences in culture and in language that you are interpreting. We're going to discuss strategies for navigating cultural differences and how that is applicable, and also the invisible challenges that we have in cross-cultural communication, and how effective communication techniques will then help us during that forensic interpreting encounter. And day three in the morning, we're going to discuss language rights for the LP population. We actually have laws and regulations when it comes to the application, the provision of language services in the United States. So we're going to discuss what are those regulatory obligations that we have working for an agency that is receiving federal dollars, and how that can be applicable to myself as a dual role interpreter when I'm interpreting. So we're going to talk about legal considerations and the rights for limited English proficient LEP individuals, and the importance of providing qualified interpreters to LEP clients and patients that we serve. And we also will discuss the importance of memory and note-taking, and how that is applicable to the work of an interpreter. If you don't have good memory, you will not be able to do a good job as an interpreter. So we are going to discuss some techniques that can help us improve memory, than to help our clients and providers, those that we are working and providing interpretation to. And then what we'll do, we will close the day in the afternoon. We are going to look at a summary of everything that we've discussed, all the modules. We're going to review everything that we studied together and all the topics we learned. And we're going to have a time of Q&A, and then we will close the day with you taking your final exam. I hope that this training looks very interesting to you, and that is a training that will increase and help you to do a better job in everyday job that you're doing when you're working in a cross-cultural environment. The truth of the matter is, we are working in a cross-cultural environment. We are providing services to clients who come to us from other countries that speak a different language. So I hope this training will be very productive to you and help you do a better job in what you do every day and when you are called in to be an interpreter. Thank you so much, and I'm looking forward to meeting you in person.